This is Rust. We're here on Xbox Series S taking a look at the next gen update, which again is the current generation update for the game. Be sure to like the video. Subscribing is great as well. So yeah, it's been many years, but Rust has finally been updated on the consoles, and that is quite exciting if you're someone that's been playing this for a number of years and have been waiting for the game to look and run a little bit better than it did previously. Thought we'd start here because it's a fairly majestic time of the day. What was that sound? Oh, are these people dead? Can I take something from you? What do you have? Oh, raw human meat. Yum. What do you got? Nothing, eh? Looks like it's kind of a dangerous fortress, I guess, right here on the spawn. This guy's just got like a rock. Anyways, yeah, so Rust is an open world survival game. It's been available for quite a while on the consoles. It just never really got any sort of update or improvement, which I thought was really, really weird. And yeah, it's interesting that the game has finally been updated like this so that you actually get a better quality of life. They've improved the pop-in, the draw distance. They've improved the quality of the environment and the environmental textures and the lighting, everything like that. It looks a lot, and I mean a lot better than it did previously. If you've seen Rust in the past, it was playable on the consoles. It was fine, but it always looked a little disappointing. Needless to say, I'm on the server I was last night, so it's kind of a little sad I don't have my stuff, but whatever. Is what it is. Because, yeah, I'd gotten an axe and everything like that, but guess it wasn't meant to be. Anyways, this game is multiplayer focused, so you play in servers where there's other people, and the servers get wiped occasionally. Kind of a little bit like DayZ. It's a pretty ruthless place. People are not friendly. You'll probably die often. I just remember this game being bodies on the beach, and you'd people would try to kill you, you try to kill them, and it was not the friendliest of places, not the most welcoming. I mean, it depends on the server setup you got and where you join. It's 100-player lobbies, so there's lots of people running around doing things, building little houses and stuff, and also trying to destroy all those houses and destroy everything that everybody's built and kill other people, and there's NPCs that are trying to kill you, and they're better armed, so that's kind of funny. And yeah, you're just kind of fighting to survive in this game that's always kind of evolving and changing a bit. It's quite neat. So here on the Series S, we've got a couple different visual options that are present to enjoy. This is currently I think it's called the balanced mode, but it's so on Series X you get 3 profiles. On this one you just kind of get 2, which is interesting. Yeah, it just kind of looks like they've bopped down the Series X option, so it's kind of instead of getting that full 4K, you just get the 1440 and the 1080. Although this is a little softer looking, but yeah, and then both the options also have the option to uncap the frame rate, which you'll see in the main menu. You can't really choose that sort of thing when you're here. Well, actually, you can choose FPS limit, but you can't change the visual preset. So we've got blood on, FPS limit off. So in theory, you can go up to 120 FPS. FOV kind of open. So this mode, I think you've been maybe noticing too. It just it does have some performance drops here or there. It's not the worst, but it's definitely not necessarily super smooth, but it looks okay. So you might find this to be a fine way to go about playing the game if you want to experience it. Totally up to you and your preferences for Rust. I'm trying to come across a rock. So I've just been looking at the rock I have in my hand, so the irony is saying that, but yeah, I'm trying to find a rock formation so that I can build a tool, but this metal ore, which does not really help me at all. I really would like a rock. A regular rock formation from which I could gather stone from, which apparently seems to be not something I'm coming across. Or they're usually like everywhere. There's these large rock formations, these structures, but I guess not. Alright, so yeah, this has been the how? Oh great, now I'm bleeding. Might as well go to this boar and die. Oh, never mind, boar's running away. Alright, cool. I guess I win that round. I mean I don't get any food or anything, but I win that round. Okay, so we're gonna hop out of this and we're gonna go to the main menu and we're gonna turn on the performance mode so you can see what that mode is like in action. It'll just take a second here as everything kind of loads up. Running low on calories, try foraging mushrooms. They're plentiful in wooded areas. Building near monuments may attract unwanted attention. Really? Cook meat at a campfire to increase its healing ability. Logical. Hit objects with your hammer to repair them, providing you have the necessary resources. Whoa. That's like heavy, man. So yeah, and then in the game graphics and options, you can change from balance to performance. And like I said, it's just balance and performance. So I guess like technically your balanced mode is like your quality mode on here. It always turns off blood too, which I never understand. FPS limit off. There we go. There's like some other game options as far as like stream privacy and chatting options and stuff like that, but you know, it's pretty straightforward. And then we can play Rust. And we can go back and we can rejoin the server we were in. And it'll just take a second because it's got to do all the loading world assets and things. And when you first join, you gotta load all the settings and stuff. And yeah, it's a whole thing in this game. Whole lot of work to do. Yep. And then eventually you get in and you get to roam around and kill or be killed. And it's great fun. No, seriously, you do die a lot. I'm actually surprised in doing these video updates. Maybe the community's become a little less hostile or intensive or something. I don't know. But I just remember when I was like streaming and playing this game, when it kind of came to consoles, I was just like, wow, people are like vicious in this game and not friendly. It's still certainly quite popular. You can tell that like the servers are quite filled. There's still servers to play in, you know, that are still relatively busy, but yeah, it definitely still seems like it's pretty popular. And then, you know, you can pick your different servers to get in different places if you want to play in different scenarios, maybe with your pals and stuff. Yeah, there's like red ticket server options, all kinds of things you can do in this one. Hey, you're finally awake. Maybe I got killed because I went to. That's what it is, right? Like you sleep and then people can kill you when you're passed out and stuff. Yeah, I remember that when I made a base. Oh, there's a rock. And it's probably exactly what happened. Somebody saw I had some stuff and they just killed me. That's totally fair. You gotta build like a structure to keep yourself safe and all that other stuff. It's just, yeah, it's kind of funny how that all works out. I need stone. Apparently I have no stone. I need a lot of wood too. What am I collecting from you? What do you give me? Sulfur. Oh, it's not even like a proper stone. Oh, what a bummer. What a bummer that is. Don't even get the proper material that I'm looking for, because I need a stone rock. Of course, a sulfur rock. It looks different. So, yeah, I just remember building a base, going and, like, having food for, like, 15 minutes after stream was done, because I was going to go and do a video review. I was like, I got all my stuff set up. And then I, like, came back, and someone had, like, stream sniped me, and I was like, wow. And I was like, this really is what the community is like in this game, eh? I was like, wow, okay. They weren't kidding. Oh, and performance mode here, it's just 1080, and, you know, goes up to 120 FPS. It does seem to have the same sort of stutter thing, too, but yeah. I don't know, I think balance mode, just for, like, the visuals and stuff, it's probably the way to go on the Series S. It's not terribly bad, honestly. Like, it's, you know, it's fine for what it is. Campfire. Oh. If only I had something to cook. Got no food. Guess I could have, like, killed something or other, or tried to kill something. The boars, they always get me. Boats. Pretty cool. Patrol helicopter inbound. That's good to know. I don't know where that is, but I'll keep an eye out. Anyways, the world of Rust is intriguing, you know, and it's just like it does have a certain desire for some players where it's like, oh, survival game where everything's mean and sad. It's kind of like, again, you know, I like to talk about DayZ, but DayZ, where, you know, there's not like zombies, there's NPC things going on in this game. Now, is that person literally unarmed, or do they have arms? So you don't have anything at all? I'll put you out of your misery, don't worry. That is life out here. How? It is vicious, it's unfriendly. There's always a good challenge in your life. And you just kind of go on and try to survive. You keep on keeping on. But no, I really do think the game looks a lot better with this update. Even here on the Series S, you know, it's clean. You get a full sense of scale. It looks relatively good compared to like what it was. Like it really has been evolved quite a bit. You know, whether or not this game is gonna hit for you is a whole other thing. But yeah, you've got day-night cycles. You've got people trying to kill people, different biomes. There's like a really large map to show off this area. There's like different setups. So like the snow area, you got to be, you know, tough enough to handle the snow. Wow, I really am in the middle of like nowhere. That is straight up depressing. And I'm still just looking for a rock so I can make some tools. I guess it doesn't help that I'm in the arid desert, but yeah, but you gotta manage all your stuff too, right? You gotta make sure your health, your food, your water, all that stuff's going. Oh, I think you are a rock. Yeah, I know, like, quite a few people, they're, like, super into this game. And then there's lots of people that are just like, this is ridiculous. And they don't really play this, which is totally fair, too. But you gotta hand it to them. They've got great, great longevity to this stuff. I also find it funny as well, like when some of these companies take like several years to do current gen upgrades for some of their games. Like we're literally at the point where we're getting ready for like another console gen. And it's like, oh, just kind of taking their time. Because like obviously there's enough players to justify it. And it's like, why not do it prior? Maybe there just wasn't enough players that have moved over. And now they're just like, okay, now's the time to invest in this. Or maybe it just literally took them, you know, that long to actually get to that point, I guess, where they're like, okay, we're good to go. I'd like a spear, but I need wood for that. I'd like at least the basics. I need more wood. I don't need sulfur, I'll tell you that much. Not at all. But yeah, this is actually a much, much nicer version of the game to play. When I had played this prior, like years ago on the console, it's just like so rough looking, and yeah, this is a world of difference. Like they actually did a nice job on this, honestly. Like it's a lot better. Even on the Series S, Series X, it looks good. So no real complaints from a Rust perspective. Wait, is that a horse over there? Or am I just seeing things because it's a mirage? I think that's a horse over there. Let's go see if we can grab whatever that is. I think that's exactly what that is. Cool. Yeah, there's like lots of stuff you can get up to in this game. You know, killing people, dying for people. Bum ba-da-dum, ba-da-dum, bum 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 bum. Good thing that there was just this conveniently placed horse out here in the middle of this desert. How did I miss this on the way in? Or am I stealing somebody's horse? Wouldn't that be funny? You got a horse and someone just like starts riding off with it. I'd be like, horse, no. Guess it depends on your bond to the horse, I suppose, but yeah. Kinda crazy. And that would be good for iron if I needed that sort of a thing. But it follows the game loop of most survival games. The only difference is there's like kind of more stuff to do once you start building, like little bases and things you interact with. So, like, there's definitely some layers to this game. I'm glad I came across a horse though, but it is kind of funny because it's like the same sort of environment setup and that it's always kind of been. It's just like now it looks better, which I guess is exactly what you want, right? You want a game that looks better like this and plays better, and that's kind of what we're getting here. So I'm very happy with the adjustment here, and you should be too, no matter which of the Xbox Series consoles you're taking a look at this on. I think you'll be like, oh, this is very, very good. Definitely didn't skimp out on anything. No, this horse is like way faster for getting places. I can't believe I was just walking everywhere. Wonder how it happened to your previous owner horse. Probably got shot or something. That's how things tend to go around here. You know, I'm only like a temporary fixture in this horse's life. There we go. That was a good pumpkin. I thoroughly enjoyed that. Very convenient to come across a pumpkin out here in the middle of the desert. But yeah, I remember doing this like too. I like build up and then I go like near this like base thing, and all of a sudden there'd be like NPC things shooting at me, and you spawn and like other people would be trying to kill you. Definitely not the most friendly of situations. Wonder if I should loot those. I'm being exposed to lethal levels of radiation poisoning. I guess the airport was deadlier than I thought it would be. The radiation going up? Okay, now it's going down. I was just being like, we're moving away from this position. I was like, why is the radiation level going up? That's not good at all. And this horse is a great quality of life improvement. When I did my Series X video, I didn't have a horse. I had to walk around everywhere. You get to see a lot more of the map when you have a horse. Like, it is a very big level, though. Like, I don't know if I've even really gotten that across. Like, it is spacious. There are a lot of people for that 100 people, like, limit. Kind of like, you don't really come across people too often, depending on if you're chilling in the spawn. So it's just kind of like, you know, there's lots of people, but it's also like spread out across a big space, and all kind of works out. That's a cool looking home. People build some really neat housing and stuff like that in this game too. By swimming or eating certain foods. Well, we don't have those things available, so I'm just kind of living with this radiation poisoning until it vanishes. I gotta tell you, radiation poisoning, it's no fun for anyone. Really, you can't go down there, horse? That's okay. That's alright. Roach rolling straight down there. I'm just gonna throw that out there. Oh, I'm actually like dying. Like my health is dying. Wonder if I can grab these mushrooms. Yeah, I think the radiation poisoning is gonna get me before I like heal up or anything. What a tragic way to go on horseback. I've had this happen before, actually. Where I die of radiation poisoning, but like, I'm on horseback and it just kind of looks sad. But yeah, I think it's gonna be pretty close to whether I like die of radiation poisoning or not. Like the number is like really close and stuff. Like if I could find some water, I'd be good. I don't know how good for radiation removal those mushrooms were, but it is what it is. Anyways, Rust on Series S is looking pretty good. At least I survived the whole counter.